Okay, so there was this time, I'm gonna tell you about the time that I went to Las Vegas and ate 50 tamales. They were delicious. That's spoiler alert. They were delicious. So I was sitting alone, like 3 in the morning in my little apartment. Cause you see, my mom. I always live with my mom, and she's like, you need to get out and be independent and pay your bills and wear pants and all this crud. And I'm like, okay, fine. I don't need your garbage. I'm gonna go and buy my own apartment and do my own thing, and I won't wear pants ever. So I went out and got my own apartment, which is what she wanted me to do. But I was doing it for me, not because she told me to, but because I wanted to. So I stole the Xbox and I took it with me. And but then PS4 was like the thing, and like all the like Last Guardian and Last of Us, they all went to PS4, and like Uncharted 4, like what the heck? Anyway, so and then like Halo turned to garbage. But anyway, so we like I moved to this new apartment. And I realized I needed to have a bachelor party because I moved to the new apartment. And, I read in retrospect you only do that for weddings, but I thought, like, a welcoming home party, like a housewarming party, sounds lame. Like, why would you have a housewarming party for an apartment if you're not, like, a married couple? Like, come to my housewarming party, it's just me, this old stinky bachelor who doesn't wear pants. And bring me lots of steak knives. Like, it just sounds weird, It just sounds weird, nobody goes to a housewarming party for, like, one dude. So I was gonna have a bachelor party, and that's more fun anyway, because when people go to parties, all they want to do is get drunk, right? Like, let's be honest, that's the only reason you go to a party is to get drunk. And bachelor parties are basically it's just code for a party where we all get drunk. So I just kind of cut to the chase and said a party where we all get drunk in my apartment. And that was on the invitation. But I went for it. I opened up Photoshop and I did like the little gold lacing around, like a wedding invitation. I used the wedding invitation template. And so I put, like it's got all that fancy. Would you stop laughing? I'm trying to tell a story. I'm doing all the fancy fonts like this Delfino. Oh, sorry. I'm shaking the camera here. So, like the really fancy font with like the Delfino and everything. And you got the gold lacing and the little picture. So I got a little picture of me drinking beer in my underwear. And I put it on the little picture where you usually had the couple. And I said, party room. A party where we all get together and get drunk at my apartment. And stop laughing! I'm trying to tell a story. You suck. Okay, and that was in the bit on the bottom underneath. It was a party where we all go to my apartment and get drunk, and then the description was stop laughing. You suck. I don't know why I put that in there. I just did. There was a running gag between me and my friends where like I told them they sucked. I don't know where they are anymore. They don't talk to me anymore. I don't know what their problem is, but we had this really funny gag where they do something like, hey, I'm learning to skateboard, Pep'e, and they're like, why, you suck. Like, it was just like a funny thing you do for buddies, like, hey, Pep'e, I lost my job, and I was like, oh, you suck. You suck so hard, man. Like, it was so funny. It was like a special thing we did between me and my friends. It's not that funny, okay? I'm telling stories in my life story. So, I told them they sucked, and for some reason only I did it, like they didn't catch on. I was trying to start a movement, a trend, like trending on Twitter. Oh, I need to get a Twitter account. Anyway, so like I was trying to do this, and like only I did it, but it was a really funny thing we did. So like I told them in the invitation, it's a little wedding invitation. It's got the gold around it, do a square, and it's the white, and it's got kind of the dreamy bubbles all over it. And it's a party where we get my apartment to get drunk, and the description is don't laugh, you guys suck, and make sure you bring your own beer. So a bunch of my friends show up because they have nothing better to do, and they told me I had them sold at the word drunk, and so they all came over with alcohol, and we all get drunk because like pigs, we have like no alcohol tolerance whatsoever. So like I take like 2 sips and I'm like stone drunk. So it's really fun because I get to watch them all get drunk, and I just like drink apple juice, and they think I'm drinking beer, and then I give them my apple juice in beer bottles, and they think it's beer, and then they're too polite to say it's not beer. And they're like, man, I'm just chugging this stuff, and it's great. And they're like, no, this stuff is so tame. It tastes like apple juice. I'm like, yeah, it's from Oregon. They make the best beer. And so all those fancy craft beers and stuff. So I usually told them that it's local, because if you tell someone beer is local, that means it's from heaven. And if you don't like local beer, you're like evil. You're like a Nazi or something. Like if you don't like local beer, just nobody loves you anymore. So I just tell them it's local, and they're like, oh yeah, it's great, I love local beer. And especially if you tell them like your uncle made it or something, then it's really cool. Especially if he owns a motorcycle, and the government doesn't know about it, that makes it cooler. Anything, if the government doesn't know about it, it's somehow cooler. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I'm an immigrant. I don't know these things. Where I come from in Italian Hispania, if the government knows about it, that makes you better. Like, if the government knows you're wanting a crime wing, and you're still wanting the crime wing, that makes you, like, awesome. People love you. People are like, oh my gosh, the government knows that he's doing this illegal thing, and he's still doing it. Anyway, more importantly, back, so I sent out the wedding, I mean, the party invitations that say, come and get to my apartment and get really drunk, and everybody comes, and we get drunk, and I sneak out and give them apple juice at local beer. And so then we all get drunk, because I eventually get drunk, because they do the same thing with my apple juice that I do with their beer. It's weird, because they use beer. Anyway, so eventually I drink beer, I get drunk, and we're like, we should go to Vegas! Because, you know, when you're drunk, everything seems like a good idea. And so that was like our third good idea. Our first good idea was like, wait, I am a really horrible cop, and you'll keep laughing. Anyway, so our first really great idea was like, what if our fridge had a short? Like, that would be the greatest thing, right? So what we do is we went out and we went to the used. I keep shaking the camera. I'm so sorry, Dan. We go to the used T-shirt store. You know, they have that down on Elm Street. It's a great place. It's literally called the Dirty T-shirt store. It's a great store. The people there are wonderful. When they're there, like half the time nobody's there. It's just the Dirty T-shirt store. You walk in, it's just kind of empty. It used to be like a Home Depot. Most of it's been rented out as storage. It's one of those places where it's like a storage unit. You know, it's like as big as Home Depot, but it's like an old storage unit. And they turned everything obviously into storage unit. But one of the storage units is called the Dirty T-shirt store. And you're like, there's a little like collection tin. You know, like they have at those U-Cut Christmas tree farms. It's like that, where it's like, please pay $20 if you love us and you're an honorable person. And you know, there's a bunch of money there, and you're like, oh, I could take all that money, but you don't, because you're a good person. Except when you're drunk and you take it. But anyway, so we go to the Dirty T-shirt store, and you know what's great about it is it's like a donate and it gives us. So if you have a dirty T-shirt you don't want anymore, you can just leave it there, and someone will grab it and pick it up. It's a wonderful community project. I have no idea who started it. I've never met the man. We don't know who started it. It could have been there for years. It could have started yesterday. We've never seen who's behind it. We tried to ask the building manager like ages ago, like, who owns this place? He's like, I don't know. Like, even the building manager doesn't know. And like, you press him for questions, he does this creepy smile, like, he just kind of nods. It's weird. I can't do it. I don't have a human face, but he has like this creepy smile. It's kind of vacant, you know, and like a little bit like chipmunk. Like, yeah, I can't do it. But like, it was just this creepy smile, like he knows the punchline and we don't, which assumably he does. And so like, we don't know if like he's being blackmailed to not tell us who owns the Dirty T-shirt store. But we will never know. So we go down to the Dirty T-shirt store and we get like 40 T-shirts because a bunch of college kids had gone through there and they left all their shirts there. I don't know why. But the thing is, there's like a weird like a thing that they do just a little ways down my street where like it's like a well what it is it's like a pool party, you know, and you know everyone's taking off their shirts and getting in the pool for reasons, and somebody had gone through there and just picked up all the shirts and taken them to the Dirty T-shirt store. That's my guess anyway. That's like, I saw those T-shirts down the street at my neighbor's pool. My neighbor, you know, he's a horrible person. He has a pool and I don't, and it makes him evil. And he's just so evil. Like, he rubs his pool in my face every day. Like, I get out in my yard and I see his pool. I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't he hide his pool? He knows I don't have a pool. He's rubbing it in my face. I can't believe it. It's so mean. Like, I just, ugh. Like, he's just so prejudiced and full of himself. Like, you know, he knows he has a pool and I don't. Like, he walks up to me like, hi, Pep'e. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you say that? Like, who comes up to someone and says, hi, Pep'e, when they own a pool and you don't? Like, why would you do that? It's so mean. Like, he rubs it in my face all the time. He's like, hey, yeah, I'm having a pool party on Thursday. You should come over. I'm like, I can't believe he rubbed that in my face. And he retracted the invitation because he's evil. He like put it in front of me, and I'm like, why would you put it in front of me when you know I don't have a pool? And he's like, fine, I take it away. I'm like, you're even now. You're just evil. It's bait and switch. Me and my neighbor don't get along very well. Yeah. Anyway, and then so he purposely barbecued pork chops at his barbecue, which smells delicious. But that's beside the point. That's a subject for another day. You know, I'm at peace with the fact people eat pigs because kind of have to be, you know, survival. I can't live in a society of people who you know, eat me and be not okay with that, because then they just eat me. So, and like, I'm okay with being delicious. You know, I've come to terms with the fact that I am delicious, and that a lot of people want to eat me, and I've compensated for because I'm tiny. You know, I'm only like a foot long. Nobody wants to eat a tiny pig. You know, it's just not something. People want the big fat pig. So, you know, it finally worked out. You know, I used to go to school and everybody, hey, he's the tiny pig, and all the big fat pigs got eaten. So I'm like, yes. So anyway, it was such a great day. You know, like the school bully, he's the biggest kid in the school, and he got eaten first. So anyway, it was great. You know, it's ups and downs, but you live with it. You know, you just roll with the punches. You know, because it's really easy to roll when you're like basically a sausage, you know, a living sausage. But anyway, back to my neighbor. He's an evil person. He owns the pool. They have a pool party. They left all their shirts laying around, and somebody, I don't know who, maybe it was me, I'm not saying, picked up all the shirts and took them to the dirty T-shirt store. And anyway, it might have been the homeless guy, Homeless Joe, except he has a house. He just calls himself Homeless Joe and walks around. I don't know what his problem is. He's kind of a horrible person too. And he stole them. Somebody took the shirts and put them down at the dirty T-shirt store because I recognized my neighbor's blazer. He supports the sports team I don't like, so that makes him triple evil. I would say double evil, but like first of all, he likes sports and I don't, so that's a double evil. And then he supports the sports team I don't support. That's a triple evil. Like, okay, I don't like sports. Sports are lame, and I don't just say that because I have no thumbs and tiny little legs, but they're lame. Nobody should like them. Sports are stupid. But anyway, regardless, so the sports team, where was it? So I was just imagining what I have for lunch. Anyway, so the sports team, you know, he supports the sports team I don't like. So I may not like sports, you know, but nonetheless, I think I still have sports teams I don't like. There may be no sports teams I do like, but there's ones I know are especially evil people. You know, like the those people with the basketball, what are they called? I don't know, but they're evil, you know? I know this because you know, I have friends and I go to them and they go, oh, they better lose, you know, go whatever, go this, go that, go this animal. Like, why are there no pigs? You know, there's beavers, there's eagles, there's freaking ducks, but there's no pigs. I'm like, why is there no pigs? Like, this is animal racism right here. This is speciesism. There's no pig sports. And that's another reason why I just don't like sports. It's just lame. They single out my people, and they never make us sports. But they do make us snack food to eat at sports events. And they don't even get to eat the good, delicious meat. They take our skin, and they make pork rinds. Like, as if we're some kind of fluke. Like, come on, if you're gonna eat us, get your terminology right. It's pork skin. It's pig skin. You know? Okay, it just ticks me off. It just rubs me the wrong way, you know? But anyway, so we're at the dirty T-shirt store, and there's like 40 T-shirts, and there's my evil neighbor, pool-owning neighbor's sports blazer. So I eat his blazer, and we take the rest of the dirty T-shirt. We just weighed the whole dirty T-shirt store, and we take it all back with us. Cause you know, I guess we didn't pay for it in retrospect, but we took all the dirty T-shirts. And we, you know, it's like it's donations, so it's pay $20 if you want. No one's gonna make you pay $20. Then we went drunk, so what are you gonna do? So we took all the dirty T-shirts and we brought them home, and we had this great idea. Yeah, our first great drunk idea was fridge shorts. You know, it's gonna be amazing. You know, when you're drunk, everything seems like a good idea. Like, you know, I have a feeling that every great entrepreneur was just drunk at the time, but they just got lucky and actually came up with a good idea. Because like, it just makes you feel so optimistic. Like, oh, it's gonna sell. We're gonna be millionaires. So you know, we put a shirt on my fridge, you know, and we left it there. I'm like, oh, fridge shirts, this is amazing. So the next morning, you know, I couldn't get my fridge open, but it was worth it for that night. So we started a Kickstarter, you know, that night while we were drunk for fridge shirts, and it's shirts you can put on your fridge. Stop laughing. And so you know, it was a great idea. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, fridge shorts is the shirt you put on your fridge. It's pretty simple. I'm surprised no one supported it, but at the same time not surprised because, you know, great ideas are persecuted. You know, like the iPod, nobody wants an iPod because it's like the best thing ever, right? Anyway, like the really great things, you know, nobody wants. You know, like they rejected Harry Potter, and they rejected Steve Jobs, they rejected the fridge short. And you know, that's their folly. When I make my millions and own my private island and buy a wrecking ball and buy my neighbor's house and then wreck ball his pool and then build myself a bigger pool just across from his new house, like a really big pool, then people will know that they should have given fridge shirts a chance. So anyway, our second great drunk idea was, what if we like to make it so you never have to take out the garbage again. Like, wouldn't that be wonderful? That sounds like a good idea. What? So what we do is we light a fire at the bottom of my garbage can, and we just start burning all my garbage in my house. And the trouble is, I have one of those smoke detectors. It goes beep 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 beep. Just whenever you try to light a little fire in your house, and it goes beep beep. I'm like, what the heck? Who designed this piece of evil? It's like this. It's horrible. Whose idea was this? What if whoever he tries to light a fire in his house to cook food or have fun or make s'mores, we punish him with noise? Like, who comes up with that? How did that win out over Flint shirts? That's what I want to know. Like, there are whole companies that make the little weep smoke alarms. And there's no companies that make Flint shirts. This is an evil world. This world is horrible. It's a horrible, it's just unfair. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. So, the smoke alarms, and it's really stupid. Like, why would you have something that makes horrible noises, and like you pay money for this? And apparently, if you don't have one, it's illegal. Like, if you don't have one in your apartment, it's illegal. I'm like, oh, dude, that's like totalitarian. Like, we have to have these evil, noise boxes that scream at us if we do anything wrong for the government. Like, oh my gosh, this is like Terminator, like, smoke alarms are Terminator, it's just awful. So it's just, things are scary sometimes. So anyway, it starts going off. So what we do is we're all kind of short people, because I can't make friends with people who all my friends are way taller than me because they're mostly humans. Like, some of them are animals, they're the same height, but most of them are humans. Chester the monkey, he's about as big as me. But a lot of us, a lot of my friends are humans because most of the people in the world are humans. Animals, well, I mean, kind of. Most of the people who are worth talking to are humans. There's a lot of animals out there, but most of them are kind of, well, they're just the kind of people who, they're like conversationalists, like the squirrels outside my house. Like, all they talk about is nuts and nuts and nuts. Like, they don't. It's this. I'm like, I have a friend who's a squirrel. I'm very happy. He's a very good friend. Like, not all squirrels are bad people, but some squirrels are very, very, very annoying. Some squirrels are just really, 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 really annoying. And I'm not trying to make generalizations, but most of them suck. So anyway, so we lit the fire. The smoke alarm went off. So we all stood on top of each other's shoulders because we're all pretty short, as I was saying. And so we all stood on top of each other's shoulders, and we crushed Stan. He had to go to the hospital, but we didn't care at the time. That was something we found out in the morning, that we fractured his, like, something, his neck or something. It's not important. So, we all stood on top of each other's shoulders, and one of us, it wasn't me, not dumb, because I'm special. My mom was like, you're special, Pep'e. You're big, you can do things humans can't. I'm like, yeah, eat more. And they're like, oh yeah, that's great. But anyway, so, but I can't whip smoke alarms off the wall. So one of my buddies did that. I think Chester did that. Because, he's a monkey. He can climb to the very top, tippity top, and, whip it off. And he threw it on the ground. We all jumped on it until it was broken. And then, we lit the fire, and we burned all my garbage, which is great. So we're like, oh my gosh, we gotta do another Kickstarter. And then my landlord showed up, and he's like, you can't. Blah, 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 I heard his smoke alarm. I don't remember it very well, but he freaked out, and we freaked out. And it escalated, and we ended up at a Taco Bell, because I think they evicted me. It just escalated. Things escalate with certain people. Certain people are escalators, is how I like to call them. Like the things that go up and down in the malls. Certain people are like that. We're like, if you could just stand still, and they would keep going and going and going till they evict you. So I threatened to punch him, and he threatened to punch me, and it just escalates. They take it out. They just can't take a joke. They just can't. They don't know how to diffuse situations. If I want to be, rampant and flagrant and just cause problems, I want other people to be able to diffuse that. I expect other people to be able to diffuse my message. My angry situations. They should be able to take care of it. They're grown adults. They should be able to handle angry pigs without evicting them. So he evicted me and threw all my stuff out on the curb. So we decided, okay, we'll have a moving party. That was like great drunk idea 2.5. It wasn't really a drunk idea, and it wasn't really a good idea. So we got a U-Haul, because it's like a 24-hour U-Haul. It's a bad idea, okay? I'm just gonna call it U-Haul. Don't do a 24-hour service. It sounds great, but it's just a bad idea. People past midnight should not be ordering moving trucks. They just shouldn't. There's no reason to get a moving truck that late in the night. So we got a moving truck. It might not have been U-Haul actually. I shouldn't pin that on U-Haul. It was probably like like We-Haul, or one of those stinking whip-offs where they're like, we're not U-Haul, we're Blue Haul. It's always blue. Why is that? They always use the color blue for alternative things. Like just like alternative companies. We're not U-Haul, we're Blue Haul. So I'm just gonna call them that. They're Blue Haul, and they just blue for some reason. It's that go-to color. I don't know why. Maybe white people. I don't know. Don't ask me. But it was blue. So Blue Haul came up. And they stuck we put all of our stuff into this Blue Haul truck, and then we washed the truck because we were drunk, drunk driving. So we're driving, and Stan's driving, and he's already kind of gotten a little bit of a fracture, and he doesn't know what he's doing, and then we're going really fast, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, you know what? I think we're on the wrong side of the road, Stan. And like Stan's like, no, you're crazy, you're dyslexic. And I'm like, well, I'm dyslexic, but I mean, like, there's cars coming at us. And he's like, oh, no, we're on the right side of the road. I'm like, no, I think we're on the wrong side of the road, Stan. And so we flash into this guy. He was a very nice man. His name is like Steve. I don't remember his name. But he came out and he starts yelling at us. And actually, and then he realizes, nobody's hurt, and he's not hurt, so he just kind of chills out, like, oh, you're moving, that's nice, I'm so sorry, like, he's apologetic, like, I'm sorry I wrecked your moving truck, and he kind of got less apologetic as time went on. He realized we were drunk, but, so, we had to take pictures for insurance, so we took a bunch of selfies with Steve, and he eventually just took his own pictures and left, like, he walked his car and just left. Someone came and picked him up, some wife or female relative, and then we're just kind of alone there with these two cars in this wrecked Blue Haul and all my junk. And so we get a great idea. Let's go to Vegas. So, one of my friends, actually me, I have a lot of money. My mother is very rich and indulgent, and it's wonderful. So I have a lot of money, and I know I'd gone off and done this independent thing, but that didn't mean I wasn't still going to be mooching off her for my monetary needs. So I had a lot of money to kill. Like my last big allowance check, because she was gonna cut back or something nonsensical. She's like, fine, if you won't live here under my rules and wear pants and be responsible and get a job and get your own house, if you're gonna run off and get your own house anyway, then you don't get my money. So I'm like, fine, I don't want your money, except for one last paycheck, please. So I got one last paycheck, allowance check, and it was sizable, dumb. So after we got the Blue Haul, we got, okay, we're gonna go to Vegas. Because it's just a great idea. So we go to the airport, and I buy us all tickets to Vegas with the rest of my money. The problem was we're all still drunk. So, and the thing is with airplane tickets, you walk up to the airport, and they want if you want to get tickets there and then, it costs like your firstborn child to get, if you want airplane tickets now, it's like it costs your firstborn child and your left leg and your kidney, and then of course they scan you, and they're like, oh, by the way, we found out you accidentally had metal stuffed in your nose, so we're gonna chop it off. I'm like, what? And so I tried to buy the tickets, and I was gonna. So as far as I was concerned, I bought the tickets. They didn't let me. They were too expensive. I was drunk, so we decided we just heck with the tickets. Why do we need tickets? We can get to Vegas anyway. And so we decided we're not gonna fly. I decided I basically bought us tickets. I decided it was metaphorical, we got tickets to Vegas, because I already tweeted it out, except I don't have Twitter, so, there's that. But if I had Twitter, I would have tweeted it out, and if you tweet something out on Twitter that you're going to Vegas, you can't take that back. You can't tweet later, oh, never mind, I didn't get tickets to Vegas. Because you go to the airport, you're standing in the waiting room, and you're like, and you tweet, I got tickets to Vegas. Because you're going to get tickets, and you show up, and you're like, they're like $20 billion in a kidney, and you're like, okay, so we're not going to Vegas. And I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have to tweet that. Oh my 5 followers are going to be so disappointed in me. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, Pep'e lied to us, he didn't actually get tickets. And then they'll unfollow you, and then you'll lose all your subscribers, and no one loves you, and it's just horrible. You need those internet people to care. You need the internet people to you need that assurance that you need to know that strangers you've never met think you're awesome. And you need that for your self-esteem. You just need that. If you don't have that, how do you know you're good? How do you know you're worthy? You need the strangers to tell you. You need them. That's why people want to be movie stars. Because if you're a movie star, a stranger walks up to you and goes, "You're awesome!" And you're like, "Yeah, you're awesome!" And you're like, "Yes, the stranger told me I'm awesome, so I know I'm awesome." It's the modern dream. We all want to be told by a stranger that we're awesome. Family, and what do they know? And friends, what do they know? But if your strangers tell you that you're awesome, you know where you're at. People, you don't know what their taste is, you don't know what their walk of life, but they know that you're awesome. You know that you're awesome. So I couldn't take it back in front of my Twitter followers that didn't exist. But if they had existed, it would have been humiliating, and you're drunk. So of course you have Twitter. You just get into this whole new idea of things, and you whole new worldview. And so, and that sounded like it was a good thing, but it really wasn't. It's just kind of fun. Anyway, so we decided we were going to drive. So Chester got his car. Now, Chester, he's a monkey, so he collects cars. He's like a grease monkey. And Chester's problem is that he collects too many cars. Like some people, they collect cars. And that's okay. They have 8 or 9 cars, and that's crazy. But that's okay. That's what they like. When next they'll have 12 cars and most of them don't work. And we're like, and then there's mixed in with tractors and farm equipment, and that's a little less cool. But okay, to each his own. Chester takes it to an unhealthy level. See, Chester, he goes around the world. I don't know why he goes around the world. He's got some kind of thing he does. It's not a TV show because he's not on TV. He's not on YouTube. And he's not on Vimeo or whatever the heck that's called. So I don't know what he does. He just goes around the world and he's always talking about how he's on business trips. Like, I want a business trip to here. And what's weird is that it's always somewhere awesome. Like, I'm on a business trip to Honolulu. You're like, I want to go to Honolulu. And that was a different time. I went to Hawaii with no money once, but that's a different story. So, and or he's going to just really cool, awesome places. Like, oh, I'm at the Museum of Art and History in Germany. And on business. Like, what the heck? Who goes to business there? Or I'm at Disneyland on business. Like, who goes to Disneyland on business? So, he goes around the world and he collects cars. I don't know how he gets them across international borders. I don't know where he gets his money. He does not have that much money. I think he just has connections. Like, he's called in a lot of favors to get, cars from, Europe. So he's got, 20 or 50 cars. It's insane. So, okay, which car do we want to take to Vegas? And so he's got all these cars, and he picks his one. He calls it his Vegas car. So he has a car dedicated to going to Vegas. That's the kind of guy Chester is on business, only for business purposes. I can't believe this guy. So, but he's a friend, so you tolerate him because you want to widen his cool cars. So, but the thing is, his Vegas car is ancient. It's not ancient in a good way. There's classy, there's old-fashioned. Those are great. Really old cars are awesome. If you have a car from 1900, people think that's amazing. That's so cool. No one says that's ancient though. People say it's old-fashioned. Oh, look at that cool old car. It's so classy. But an ancient car is from the 80s. We don't know why it is. It's there's a scientific word for it. I don't know what it's called, but it's reverse car aging or something like that. It's like the reverse car aging rule, where an ancient culture is really old. An ancient car is the past 20 years. Because it's just the 80s, the 90s. It's it's past 20 to 40 years. It's not. It's that weird Twilight Zone kind of uncanny valley where it's not cool enough to be cool yet, old enough to be cool. My apologies. It's not old enough to be cool, but it's not new enough to be hot. So it's just a middle where nobody cares. He had one of those cars, and it was a hippie van, and it wasn't the hippie van from the actual time of the hippies. It was a hippie van from afterward, where they were trying to make a hippie van after all the hippies were gone. So he has curtains in it. If you have curtains in your car, you have a problem. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are, unless it's a what do you call those? It's like a sedan or those really long black cars they have at weddings. Like a Wemo, that's it. It's like a Wemozine. A Wemozine, you can have curtains in that. You can put anything in a Wemozine and it's awesome. You can put a garbage can in a Wemozine. You're like, wow, that's so cool. It's in a Wemozine. I mean, anything is cool if it's in a Wemozine. I'm just saying, you could wear Crocs in a Wemozine. Nobody thinks those are cool anymore, right? Or they're still cool, I don't know. But if you wear Crocs in a Wemozine, that's still cool because you own a Wemozine and you're rich, so everything you do is cool. Unless it's other rich people are talking, and then they're like, oh, I can't believe what the Joneses did. But that's a whole other thing. So, he had curtains in it. And I took a problem. It's Chester, why do you have curtains in your car? Are you taking a shower? And he's like, well, maybe sometimes. Chester does this weird thing where he doesn't like to disagree, so he'll agree with stuff that makes no sense. Yeah, oh yeah, sometimes I might take a shower in the car. I'm like, what? Or so I thought you were, I thought you went to the movies on Monday, but you tweeted about how you were eating Ben and Jerry's. He's like, oh yeah, I ate Ben and Jerry's at the movies. I'm like, they serve Ben and Jerry's at the movies? Like, no, I just carried it in with me. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. You're telling me you bought a tub of Ben and Jerry's and you just snuck that into the movie theater. Like, they just let you do that? Because I was kind of geeking out. Like, you can do that? But, like, what happens if someone smuggles their cell phone in there? You know, like, maybe they smuggle their cell phone camera, and they're eating ice cream, but actually pirating the movie. I mean, it's pretty devious. Like, that's a pretty devious thing. But, like, I want to know if you can do that. Like, I've never seen anyone do that. And, you know, Chester just says, and he just hems and haws. But he, like, says yes to everything, because he doesn't want to disagree. It's like, hey, Chester, like, I saw this tweet, how you got arrested. And he's like, oh, yeah, you know, I got arrested. I'm like, no, you didn't. He's like, oh, yeah, I did. And he's just anything you say, he's like, oh, yeah, I did that. It's so annoying. Like, Chester's got serious problems. He's like, his guts are just so hateable, but, you know, he's my friend, and he has cool cars, and, you know, how friends are hard to come by, especially, you know, especially friends who are cool, you know, friends where you have a running gag where you tell them they suck all the time, and, you know, they're cool with it, so they don't really respond back, and then eventually they stop being your friends. But anyway, you know, it's good to have friends, even if they suck. Chester got this car, and apparently he showers in it, according to him. It had curtains, but they're like those really, really lame curtains. I have no point. You know, like the curtains that only go to the top half, the bottom half of the window. You know, they're like half curtains. Like, you know, like the curtain rod runs along the middle of the window. Like, what's the point of that? It's like, oh, they can't see half of you while you're changing. Or like, how is that privacy? Like, how does that block light? What is the point of that? But, you know, Chester hems and haws. Well, you know, they have curtains, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we get in his not hippie van, and we start driving to Vegas. Now, I'll be honest, we were starting to sober up, but we not really in a good way. And, you know, when you're sobering up and you still haven't gone to sleep yet, it's not very fun. So we got drunk again, and we started driving the hippie van. But thankfully, Stan, you know, he's laying in the back, and Chester has a hot, unbelievable alcohol tolerance. Like, he's like a squirrel monkey. And I don't know how he does it. I suspect he doesn't drink any. I suspect he does the apple juice trick. But I don't know. I haven't seen him drinking anything at parties. So maybe he just doesn't get drunk. I think he's one of those guys that's drunk at heart, where he doesn't want to get drunk, he doesn't need to get drunk, but he gets other people drunk, so he can let loose that wild desire inside him to act like a moron. So, because he's just kind of a moron, let's be honest. So, he's driving, so we're safe. You know, we're not going to get in any more accidents, we're not going to get in trouble with any cops, theoretically. And so we're driving, we're going to drive to Vegas. But the thing is, Chester, you know, the trouble is, Chester doesn't believe in cell phones, because he doesn't have pockets. You know, he's got really nowhere to keep his cell phone, so he doesn't have one. And all the rest of us are just, you know, trying to do hilarious drunk jokes with Sowwy, which are really fun. You know, if you're swearing or words and you're asking her just really random things, anything's fun when you're drunk. So we're driving in the bus, and all of us are using our phones, and Chester can't hold a map and drive at the same time. I don't know who thought maps were a good idea for cars, but you can't drive and look at a map. That's what you before they invented cell phones, you needed a co-pilot to drive a car. It's like a plane. Like, okay, we're gonna head down the road, and we need to take a left in approximately 30 meters. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. We gotta take a left in 30 meters. You're like we're on Route 264, and I'm looking at this. You ready, pilot? Yes, go, pilot. You know, it's just craziness. You know, like you needed like a whole team of people just to drive a car to work. Like, it's unbelievable. I don't know how truckers do it. Especially until the invention of cell phones, I don't know how we survived. You know, it's like toasters. Like, how did we survive until we had toasters? How did we make toast? You know, like, was toast just invented with toasters? Or did we just burn bread and like, oh, it's toast? And then someone invented toasters and like, this is so much better. I've never had toast until now. And of course, if you've never had toast, you've never lived. So it's just one of those things, guys. So anyway, so we get lost because, you know, he can't look at the map. None of us are being helpful with our phones. So eventually we go to one of those rest stops and we just kind of fall asleep. And we wake up and we don't remember what happened. I mean, eventually it comes back to you. You know, the shame slowly crawls back. But in the meantime, you don't know what happened. You just wake up in a bus with a bunch of people you kind of know at a rest stop. And you're like, oh, hi, yeah, where's my phone? Oh. And the trouble is, we've been trying to do this thing called phone swapping. I don't know what we called it. It was like phone splashing. Where like we were pretending the road was a river, and we were gonna drop our phones in the river to see how big of a splash they made. So we were throwing our phones out the window, you know, to find out how big a splash they made. You know, and they all shatter. And you know, it's really fun. Is trying to see if another car will run them over. And I think we had a vague idea if we were going to see how flat they got when you ran them over, but we never stopped because Chester was just kind of, oh yeah, we could do that, and then he doesn't do it. So then you feel like a moron because you threw your phone out the window, and nobody's chopped to see how big of a pancake it made. So we wake up, we don't have any phones, and Chester doesn't carry one. He's the only halfway responsible moron among us. we don't really remember. Like we kind of know each other. Like okay, one guy's name is Stan. I know that, and I know who Chester is. I don't like him. I don't trust him, but I know him. And everyone else is kind of those random people that you end up with when you're drunk. Like you know, when you're drunk, all of a sudden everyone's your friend, and everyone's gonna take you home, and we're gonna have party. You know, so just most of these people, I don't even know these people. And like I send out invitations, but I play this little game when I send out invitations to a party, even if it's just to getting drunk at my apartment, bachelor party. I just go through my Facebook wheel, you know, like my Facebook friends list, and I just pick random friends with my eyes closed, you know. I found this little computer program where I can put in all the names and then I can randomize, like, oh, Charlotte Devon. I had no idea who that is, but we're inviting her to my party. So, you know, we did that kind of thing. So it's just a bunch of random Facebook friends, and one of them I think owns a motorcycle, and one of his name is Stan, because I don't know how Stan does it, but he always ends up in the random roster. I think he's like hacked my computer. I don't know. He likes my parties. I don't know. I don't even know if I invited Stan. He just shows up. Stan just stalks me a little bit, and you know it's okay. Like you know, you're at the subway eating a sandwich. You look, oh, Stan's here. You know, he's just that kind of guy. And at first you think, oh, you know, that's so cool. I keep running into him. It's a small world, and then he's there again and again. And again, all of a sudden, Stan is everywhere. And you're like, well, where's Stan coming from? How does he know where I am? And of course you realize, oh, because I'm tweeting it out constantly. He can just follow my every move. He's in the bathroom stall next to me. He's at the bus stop with me. He's everywhere. And, you know, it's okay. You know, Stan, he's a nice enough guy, but it's creepy. You know, it's creepy. So I'm with Stan and Chester, the half-curtain shower in the car guy, with a bunch of other people. I don't know. At a West Stop. And I don't know where this West Stop is. Have you ever noticed this West Stop? Nobody puts up town names everywhere because now we just have phones. So we just, oh, we're in so-and-so. And of course, if you drive into a town and you know, then you know what town it is because you're now entering so-and-so city limits. And then you see like the post office where it's like it's the so-and-so post office. And you're like, oh, it's the so-and-so post office. But if you wake up at a random West Stop in a kind of pseudo town, you know, like there's those towns. There's towns and then there's towns. There's towns like, oh, it's a cute little town. And then there's towns like, this is a town? Like, oh, there's a gas station and there's a drunk guy. And there's, I think that's like a hotel? I don't know. You know, there's like this weird hotel-motel hybrids where you're kind of scared to go there because you're afraid you're going to wake up in a murder mystery. You know, it's those kind of where, like, I guess you could technically sleep there if you wanted to. I mean, they have a lot of rooms, but that doesn't mean I recommend it. It was one of those hotels, you know, just, and it's like a hotel and a gas station, and it's like it's not a general store. We don't have general stores anymore. We have gas stations, you know, and so it's just like, you know, a food mart, you know. I mean, backwards it says mood mart, which is always hilarious. But, you know, you can only say that joke so many times to realize, well, I'm alone, I have no money, no phone, I don't know who any of these people are except Stan and Chester, and we're in, like, the pseudo-town. You know, it's a pseudo-town. It's like, you know, the land that time forgot. There's dinosaurs walking around. You know, like, hey, have you seen my horseless carriage? You know, it's just that kind of town. And, like, you know, if anything happened in this town, no one would know. You know, it's that kind of creepy town. You know, and, like, nobody had any phones. I think Stan kept his phone, but there was no Wi-Fi. Like, where'd you go where there's no Wi-Fi? Like, that's, like, scary. Like, that's, like, apocalypse scary. Like, the whole world could have blown up, and you wouldn't know because you don't have an internet connection. And if one of your friends posts a flagrant political opinion, you can't respond to it. You can't tell him what a moron he is. And, like, that's deeply terrifying. And once again, looking back, you don't know if the strangers think you're awesome. You don't. You have to walk up to real strangers and ask. And, you know, they always look at you weird. You don't know. If you ask people straight up if they think you're awesome, they're honest. They're not worried. You know, they never do. But that's a wonderful thing. That's why I love the internet. It's the invention of the like button. You don't have to get people to like you anymore. You just have to press a button. And, you know, buttons are made to be pressed. So all you have, I mean, if you put someone alone in an empty room with a button, eventually they're going to press it. So you can put anything you want on the button. They're eventually going to press it. So the like button makes me feel like people think I'm awesome, even if I'm not, and even if they don't. And that's amazing. Like, that's amazing. That's my favorite thing about the internet, is that I get all of this self-esteem just flowing in every day. Oh, they like my post, they like my post, they love me! And you can't get that when there's no internet. How do you know if people like you? How do you know if you're awesome? How do you know who the heck you are? You don't have a profile. You can't look, okay, who am I again? You know, what are my interests? Where do I live? What's my birthday? You can't check that unless you have a profile, you know? So you don't know, I don't know who these people are except Stan and Chester. Our car's out of gas, because Chester's one of those freaks who doesn't, like, popular thing where he's like a car daredevil. Like he pretends that's a real thing. It's on his social media. I'm a fake, job, car daredevil, where he'll put that black duct tape, like the electric tape, over the stuff on his dashboard. It's like, how much gas do I have left? Taped over. I'll never know. How fast am I going? I'll do it by feel. Like, it's this weird kind of hippie daredevil, I'll do it by feel thing. Live dangerous. And what's annoying about people like Chester is they never get in car accidents, and they deserve to. Like, aside from the fact they're just annoying people and freaks and morons, they do like totally stupid stuff, like tape over their dashboard, and he doesn't get in an accident. Like, what the heck? He doesn't wear a seatbelt. He doesn't. You can't even tell how much gas he has left. And he never gets in an accident. It's just not fair. It's just so not fair. Like, he deserves to be in an accident. But anyway, we wake up and we're out of gas. I don't know how most of these people are, and we have no internet. So what do? You get a snack, because that's where life starts. You wake up. You're an infant. What happens? You get a snack. And then later on, you get more snacks, and you learn that there's this thing called a bottle, and it contains everything you need. And eventually you go up and you realize there's things called plates and forks and everything, and those things contain what you need. You need food to stay alive, and you need food not just to stay alive, but to live. You need food to be a person, because otherwise you're dead. And otherwise you're just some guy who doesn't have food. I mean, that's lame. Not just for survival, but for meaning. You need food for meaning. Food in me, we go way back. Ever since I was born, I've been eating food. It's amazing. I have more experience with food than any other person on the planet. Because I've been eating food since day one, baby. Ever since I was born, I've been eating food. I put it on my resume when I applied for my first job at this cafeteria. Because obviously, if you love food that much, you are overqualified to work at a cafeteria. And it turned out, you can be overqualified in a bad way. Like, I don't think eating food your whole life counts as something you put on your resume. Like, yes, it does. Are you not impressed by that? I have eaten food 3 times at least every day of my life. Think about all that life experience. I know food better than I know myself. How many introspective thoughts do I have a day? 0. How many introspective thoughts do I have a month? Like 1? So, but I have a meal every 3 hours, every day of my life. I know food better than I know myself. And I deserve to get a food-related job, obviously. Like, I have more experience than anyone in this will ever have unless they're dead. Because if you eat more food than I eat, you will die. But I don't get the job. I didn't get the job at the cafeteria. And, but I still eat food. And it still is meaningful, I always say, if you're down, just eat more food. So we go into the food mart, and I get some chips. Because if you go to a food mart, you have to buy chips. It's a rule. It is an edict. It is a holy commandment from on high. If you walk into a food mart, you have to get chips. And if you don't get chips, you have to get a hot wing. It's one or the other. Most of the time, it's both. But you gotta get one or the other. And of course, if you're buying like teriyaki, that doesn't count. Because you didn't actually go into the food mart. You went in for the teriyaki. You didn't go in for the food mart in that case. You went in for the teriyaki. That's entirely different. You can have a teriyaki restaurant that stands by itself, and you can buy teriyaki there. And that means you're going into a teriyaki restaurant. But if you go up to a food mart and you only go in for the teriyaki, you basically just went to a teriyaki restaurant that smells like gasoline. That's all you did. But if you go into a food mart, it's a different kind of experience because it's like grocery shopping, but you're going to buy it all. The selection is so limited. You're going to get a little of this and a little of that and a lot of this and a lot of that. And marshmallows. You never know when those are going to come in handy. So you get them all. You can buy one of everything in a food mart and still walk out with like plenty of money because everything in there is dirt cheap. It's like heaven. Everything's free. It's amazing. Well, not free, but everything in a food mart is insanely cheap. And sometimes they'll sell pencils and this and that. But all the food is just such a small selection. You can get a little of everything. And you feel like a conqueror. Like that completionist drive that's inside you. You want to complete them. You play a video game, you want to get all the achievements, you want to min-max your character, you want to get everything perfect, you want to hit every bullet point on your job thing. Okay, no, who wants to do that? But, no one really wants to do that much work. But anyway, you want to complete, you want to be the conqueror, you want to be king, you want to say you did it all. You could do that at a food mart. You could say, I got one of every kind of chip they sold, and still have enough money. That's something like $10 in total, Like, it's not going to be that much money. Maybe, $50. But still, food marts, you can indulge, and everyone forgets about it because it was a road trip. And everything you do on a road trip just goes under in your budgeting. It just goes all under road trip.
So it doesn't matter what you buy on a road trip because it was all road trip. You know, it's wonderful thing about road trips is that you don't have to say, well, I spent this much money on video games, I spent that much money on food, I spent this much money on that, and I bought myself a bunch of cool clothes, and I spent like $60 on little dowdly dudes I can put on a shelf, and little bobbleheads and stuff like that's embarrassing. But if you buy that much stuff, if you could spend $100 on bobbleheads on a road trip, and no one would care because it all goes under road trip, and you can walk away without feeling that sense of shame. That you spent $100 on bobbleheads. Not saying I did, but you can. You can. Road trips enable people. It's amazing. It's a very freeing experience, and if you want to spend a lot of money and get away with it, go on a road trip. So we're at the food mart. I buy a lot of food because I have lots of money still. Because those tickets didn't go through, so I still have the ticket money, and I want to feel like I bought the tickets anyway, so I gotta spend the money. So I buy a lot of food at the food mart, and we have like a banquet out in the parking lot of all the different kinds of chips and hot wings. There's hot wings, and then there's like the cold wings. I don't know why they're there. You don't know why they're there. Like, okay, gas stations make hot wings all the time. Food marts, and then they weigh them out, and oh hey, hot wings, great. But then they always leave out the old ones. Like, why do you do that? You just made a whole new batch of hot wings, and you leave out the cold ones. I guess they don't want to be wasteful. I mean, I admire that. I admire when people want to recycle and, save and conserve because I want to eat it all, I want to save it for my, it's good to save it so we can eat it all. You want to conserve the food. But trouble, and, you conserve fat, and, it's a great thing. Thanks for the white stand. Okay, so you want to conserve, like, I get that. There's starving children in Africa who don't have cold hot wings. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean you should leave your cold wing. It's out there looking uncrumpled like they're from, like, last week, like these, like, dinosaur fossils. Like, why are they here? You've got the perfectly good hot wings right here. Why do you have the gross old ones that look like my grandmother's toenails sitting next to them like, oh, I want to get a hot wing? No, I don't. That thing takes away your appetite, like, really, really, really old hot wings. I mean, I bought them anyway, because I'm not a monster. But still, it's messed up. Gas stations, take my word for it. Get rid of your old hot wings, your cold wings. It's not worth it. So, we get back on the road. And we find the map. Chester had been sitting on it. Because, he had it crumpled up so he could reach the steering wheel. I have no idea what he was doing for the pedals, because he's just a little squirrel monkey. But, I don't ask questions, and things are okay. If I was in charge of science, we wouldn't get anywhere. Because my motto is, if you don't ask questions, everything's okay. Like, oh, you see a crime scene, a bunch of crime tape, a bunch of cops. You don't ask questions, you're fine. And you see some guys breaking into a house, you don't ask questions, you're fine. And you just keep doing that. And you see a suspicious-looking man carrying out your couch, you don't ask questions, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. So you just don't ask questions. Sesame Street, they're lying to us. You don't. I'm going to sneeze. I'm not going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze soon. Sneeze warning. Okay. Anyway, you don't ask questions, you're fine. Sesame Street, they say asking questions is a great way to find things out, and they're white. And that's not a good thing. You might find out something you really don't want to find out. Who knows? Excuse me. Like, you could find out you're in the Matrix. I don't want to find out in the Matrix because that means I've never eaten any real food. Like, that's terrifying, huh? Really scary. So anyway, don't ask questions. I don't ask how he drives the car. We drive the car, and we make it to Nevada. And we're like, yay, we're in Nevada. I thought we were going to Vegas. Because, I didn't study geography. And apparently, Vegas is in Nevada. I didn't know that. Like, Las Vegas, I thought it was a state, honestly. Like, it's so big. You see the pictures, and it's got, like, the escalators on the sidewalks. I thought it was, like, like Disneyland, the Futureland, like the little Futureland. I've never been there, but like the Futureland, like, city they have, like Sci-Fi Land or whatever they call it. It's like that. But I thought, like, Sci-Fi Land was based on Las Vegas. Like, obviously. Because, like, Las Vegas, so futuristic, they got all the moving ads everywhere, so you get, like, you get Caesars and stuff, like, whoa, all the billboards are moving, it's freaking me out. You think you're, like, messed up or going crazy because all the billboards keep changing, like, oh, hey, it's an ad for underwear, you don't know, ad for tacos, what? But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I thought that, like, Las Vegas was, like, the model for Futureland at Disneyland, because it's, like, so futuristic. And there's all the gambling there, which is so much fun. And Disneyland's about fun, so duh, take Las Vegas and make it for kids. You get Chuck E. Cheese. But, I mean, if you take Las Vegas as a city and you make it for kids, you get Disneyland. It's depending on if you're focusing on the fun or the city. You know, Disneyland is the city that Las Vegas is, but it's the city for kids. Whereas Chuck E. Cheese is the gambling of Las Vegas for kids. You know, I add a giant loaded in there just for laughs, because you gotta have a few laughs. And you know, there are evil, genuinely twisted evil people out there. You know, the people who bought us clowns, and the people who bought us Chuck E. Cheese, and those kind of people. The people who thought Mickey Mouse needed to be 3D. You know, those evil, evil people out there. They're out there, and they want to make this world awful. Which is why I try to make the world, and I really don't care, but I try to make my life as great as possible. Which is why we're going to Vegas. So we go to Vegas, and you know, we may have woken up and we're slowly remembering what we were doing. We may think, you know, that was nuts. That was crazy. We were drunk. Why did we do this? But then we're like, we've committed. We're going to Vegas. And so we stop at another gas station on the way, and this is important. This is like a plot point. We get some tamales, you know, and they're really, really, really hot tamales. Like, I don't know what they put on it. I think it was like some I think it was some kind of foreign weapon, you know, like they developed like those like crazy weapons, you know, like illegal weapons experiments they set up in, like, you know, all those desert places in the southern parts of the United States, and then they put the little warning signs, and you know, they put up all the barbed wire, and like, do not enter, you know, because this weapon is deadly. You know, I think somebody got some of the sand from there, you know, like the sand that's all covered in this weapon, and they put it in the tamales because they're so hot. It's like, you know, you think you're dying. Like when you eat a really hot spicy tamale, that there's that moment where you're like, oh, that's not too bad. And you're like, I'm dying, and then, you know, you're slowly, like that, just like that. That's what I call the Pep'e wave of spiciness. I tried to write a book about it. No one wants to publish it, but it's called the Pep'e's, you know, scientific analysis of food via Pep'e waves, because I don't know anything about scientific waves. You know, there's gamma waves and radio waves and ocean waves, and I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but I do know about Pep'e waves, which are like the big graphs where it goes up and down like that. I know about those, and I know that the spiciness goes like that. So anyway, they're really, really spicy tamales. So we start daring each other. You can eat this many tamales. Like, I dare you to eat 4 tamales. And, you know, a dare is a mixture of I believe in you and I don't believe in you. Because if someone says they believe in you, that's cute and that's nice, but it doesn't inspire me. You know, if someone says they believe in me, like, wow, that's great. Now I'm totally going to disappoint you. Because, like, you know, it doesn't make you feel better about yourself. It's like, you can do it because you're you. Like, yes, but I'm me. I know I have problems. I have psychological issues. I have binging problems. I'm a messed up, broken person. I know that. But like, they say, oh, but I believe in you. Like, yeah, I believe in me too. I believe I suck. So, and then, like, if someone says they don't believe in you, that just hurts. You know, like, I don't believe in you. And like that whole prove me wrong garbage, like, I don't really feel like it. Like, if you just told me I suck, like, why do I care about your opinion? You know, you told me I suck, I don't care about your opinion anymore, mister. So, I think that's, I have a little rule. It's if you say I suck, I say you don't count rule. If someone says I suck, I decide they don't count. So, and that's just a good rule to walk through life. It's a great way to get around the internet. I just highly recommend you use Pep'e's. If you say I suck, I say you don't count rule. It's just my guiding principle in life, you know. People try to criticize me, constructive criticism. That's code for, I want to get away with offending you and make it sound helpful. I don't know who came up with that. That's messed up. Like, you know, you did a really terrible job with that video, and you didn't edit it well, and I think you could have done this and this and this like I would have done. And that's just constructive criticism. Like, no, it's not. You just said I sucked. Like, how is that constructive? I don't care if it's constructive. You constructed my feelings. Or deconstruct. I don't know. Verbs and stuff. It's offensive. So, the great thing about a dare is that it's neither believing in someone or not believing. For all I know, he could do the dare. For all I know, he couldn't. But I'm saying, I dare you. And it's a wonderful gesture. It's a wonderful, friendly gesture. Just so I say, I dare you to eat 30 tamales. And he loses. And she's like, okay, I dare you to eat 30 tamales. And so I eat 30 tamales. And then, so the story, of course, is how I went to Vegas and ate 50 tamales. So, 40 or 50? 50, that's it. 50 tamales. So you get past like 25 and it's just a blur of like that. You know, the that. I want to widget. I tried to do a demonstration once. I tried to do a lecture about Pep'e's spiciness, Pep'e waves, and like halfway through, by the time I was like 5 minutes in, people left, because apparently if you go people eventually get tired of it, and eventually they start throwing like rotten food at you, which is kind of a bonus. Let's be honest. I mean, rotten food is still food, It's like an old movie ticket. Okay, no, it's not like that. It's like an old umbrella is still an umbrella. You can still, even if it's got holes in it, you can still keep some of the weight off you. You know, rotten food still can kind of, it can give you food poisoning, but it's still food. I mean, come on, it's nothing bigots here. So you know, but anyway, so people don't have a great, anyway, people don't really like Pep'e waves very much, which is why I'm not a scientist, because you know. If you don't like my scientific discovery, I don't like yours. So yeah. But anyway, so I dared them to eat. They dare me to eat 30 tamales. I do it. So like, okay, Pep'e, I dare you to eat 50 tamales. And they were out of tamales because we eaten them all by this point. And we could have sticked around where they made more because they were happy to make more. Obviously, that's the best thing about the food industry. You eat other food, they'll make you more food. It's amazing. Like. They exist to feed you food. So if you want more food, they just make it for you. Like, oh, I ate all the food in the place. Oh no. Like at home, you eat all your food. You're like, I ate all my food. Oh no. I have to go shopping. And you know, shopping is fun for the first 2 minutes. You know, I always say that. It's like, yay, I get new stuff, oh, like, shopping is fun. Food mart shopping is fun because you don't have a list and you're not really supposed to be doing it anyway. And then whenever you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, it's kind of fun. Like, oh yeah, I'm outsmarting myself. I'm outsmarting my budget because it's all gonna go to Woadwhip. You know, it's all gonna go into that heading. I don't have to worry about feeling bad about buying $100 worth of bobbleheads. You know, like you can buy anything. It's just this feeling of liberty. You don't have to budget it. But like. If you're going shopping for a list and you have to be under a budget and everything's got to be, okay, buy this many potatoes, buy this many cans of this, it's bowling. It's like a job. It's bowling. Like, I don't shop as a necessity. I want to shop for fun, not as a necessity. Doing anything as a necessity isn't fun. So, like, when you're home and you look around and, oh, no, I ate all my food. You know, you open the pantry and it's empty and you can see where you wick, as it's shelves and there's these little broken cans running around where you pried it open late at night and sucked out all the food inside. And you're like, oh man, I ate everything. And you gotta get together a shopping list and you feel just a little bit ashamed of your soul because you ate all your food. And like, you were getting low and you didn't care because you just wanted to eat more. Like, oh, shame. But anyway, when you're at a restaurant, it doesn't matter because you eat all the food, they bring you more, you clean up your plate, you don't have to feel sad because you can buy another one. There's this thing called the menu, and like it's infinite. It's like you can abuse the system, you get all the food you want, and the only limit is your money. And I'm very rich, so that doesn't matter. Not really, but I mean, my mom yells at me eventually because like, you spent $1,000 on food this month, and I'm like, yes, mom, because that's a great thing about parents. If you just say yes enough times, they get off your back. You need to do this. Okay, yes. And the trouble is, that works until you start listening, or until they start trying to hold you to it. Isn't that the worst? And where they're like, you said you were gonna take out the garbage, and I'm like, but yeah, okay, yeah, I did. And then you have to do it, and then you don't have thumbs, and it just circles back to your life being kind of. But anyway, so. We can't eat. We don't want to. The great thing about restaurants is that they'll make you food on demand. But returning to the point, it takes time. If you eat all the tamales, especially like at a little fast food restaurant, they don't have the manpower. They don't have the staff. It's just like one guy he's kind of just half asleep. The gas station workers are just kind of there. Like they're half dead. I wouldn't say they're half asleep. They're half dead. Or better yet, they're half awake. They're not half asleep. They're half awake. There's a difference. So like. You don't want to put them through that. They're kind of standing there behind the counter, and you feel like you could fade into the fabric of reality, and no one would notice. They're kind of like effigies from the world, just little ghosts of gas station workers floating around. You never remember their faces. They never have name tags. Isn't that weird? You go to like a Best Buy. No one cares if you work at a Best Buy. No one goes, I work at a Best Buy. Ugh. Like no one brags about that, but people have name tags. Whereas if you go to a gas station, like the dude just pumps your gas. You need a gas to drive your car. It's like, if a guy works at Best Buy, maybe he'll give you an unhelpful tip about buying a computer. Like, there's nothing to be proud of. But he, nonetheless, he identifies as if he wants to be a celebrity. Like, I'm Charles from Best Buy. Like you're some kind of character from a TV show. Like, what's up with that? Like, there's nothing to be proud of. Whereas the gas station, he pumped people's cars. He filled their gas tank. I filled your gas tank so you could drive to your job and to your house and go places. Do I get a name tag? No. Do I need to exist? No. There are whole states where we don't even have gas station attendants. It's like they're slowly dying out from the country, state by state by state, because they never existed in the first place. It's creepo stuff. You know, if you think about it, like, oh, wait a minute, was there really a gas station attendant there? Because like he didn't have a name tag. They always say the same thing. Every now and then you get a gas station, you're like, oh, it's friendly. But like that's like 1 in like 10 times. Most of the time they just do their job. They're just being normal people. But they pump your gas, and then like you think about it, like, did it move itself? Or was there a dude there? I don't remember. Was it just like an orange jacket floating? Like you just don't notice. So we didn't want to overwork the poor gas station ghost guy. You know, he was hardly here in the first place. You know, he'd have us sleep, and we just didn't want to overwork him. You know, his job is hard enough sitting behind that counter doing nothing. Like what do gas station attendants do? Any other job where they're just sitting there doing nothing? They have solitaire out, they have their phone, they're doing whatever they are to entertain, to spend their time. You walk into a gas station, the guy behind the desk, he's got nothing to entertain himself with, but most of the time he's just sitting there doing nothing. Because it's a gas station in the middle of nowhere. So, like, what is he doing this whole time? And how is he entertaining himself? Is he human? You don't know. Because how many people walk into that gas station a month? Like 5? You know, it's a middle of nowhere gas station. Nobody goes there. For all you know, that guy could, like, go there maybe once a week, and then the rest of the time he could fight crime. You don't know who this guy is. You don't know if he's there. Like, it just doesn't seem realistic. Like, how could you just sit behind that counter 8 hours a day and just stare? Because, like, there's nothing else to do. There's just that really old computer they always have at these kind of places. You know, why don't you just use an iPad or something? They have the power. We have the devices to do amazing things with like our phones. We could you know use credit cards and all this stuff. But instead we get these really old junky things from like the 90s that and like these card readers that never work. You know, oh our card readers are broken. Why do you have it still then? You know, like they sometimes they carry it out as evidence so it doesn't work. You know, or they take what's there on the desk. That's worse. You walk up like, oh I can scan my card. Oh no, it's broken. You know, and sometimes you wonder, like, oh, it's still there. Like, why didn't you throw it out if it's broken? It's just laziness, I'm telling you. So anyway, we didn't stick around at the gas station. We moved on, and we went to Vegas. We made it to Vegas, and it was overweighted. Like, it's so flashy. And, like, you have all those moving billboards, as I said, that are just super disorienting. Like, some parts of Vegas I love. Like, the sidewalk moves, those little escalators. You don't have to climb stairs in Vegas. They have escalators. Like, yes! Thank you! These people understand me. We live in the 24th century. We can put escalators everywhere if we want to do. But do we? No. We need roads and schools and other garbage. Does anyone want to go to school? No. Does anyone want to work in a school? No. Why do we have schools? That's a different topic, though. I'm just saying. No, I'm not going to say that. You know, people will get mad at me. But why would we spend so much money on schools when we could spend money on escalators, sidewalks? Like, I don't have to walk up the stairs? Yes! Thank you! Yes! You know, just, it's like, there is a God! There really is a, you know, it's just one of those moments, like, escalators that take you up instead of stairs. I don't have to walk up, like, 5 steps. Instead, there's an escalator. There really is a God. You know, it's just those moments, like, oh, yes. Love is a thing. Love really is the strongest force in the universe because this escalator can take me up these 5 feet. It's amazing. It's amazing. These people are... So I love that about Vegas. But the fact that there's like no clocks around, that's a little weird, because it doesn't have a phone. And I know that once you get lost in Vegas, you spend all your money, and it kind of works, and this is weird. It's like, I have a lot of money, and I spent all of it. Because like, okay, I'm not a gambling person, but I've always been curious, how does gambling even work? Like, okay, there's a slot machine, and you pull a lever, but like, what else do you do? And it turns out that's what you do. And I'm like, wow, this is the worst video game ever. You know, like, arcade machines are fun. They're a total whip-off, but they're fun. You crank in, like, half your piggy bank, which is very insensitive, by the way, I have to point that out. It's like, okay, there's piggy banks, why aren't there squirrel banks? Why aren't there human banks? It's only pigs. What are we, just walking piles of money to you? Like, okay, if I'm delicious, you eat my family, that's fine, okay? I'm delicious, I'm okay with that. But you make statues of me that you keep your money in? That's just weird. Who came up with that? Like, who thought, oh, I need to make something to keep my money in? How about a pig? That's a great idea. Who comes up with that? Who comes up with that? I'm telling you, up until like wonderful things like Kickstarter, it was just whatever the guy with the money wanted went. You know, some guy that was really rich and not quite white in the head was like, I'm gonna make a piggy bank, and like, well, what? You're gonna make a bank with pigs in it? No, I'm gonna make like a thing you put on the shelf to keep your money. Okay, I'm with you, and it's gonna be like a pig. Okay. Whatever you want, Steve. And then you do that slow backwards walk. Okay, Steve, whatever you want. And you kind of slowly back away. But if he has money, and most of the time, you know, those people are harmless. But if they have money, they make piggy banks. And then where you are. Or like, like just pointless things. Like there's so much stuff like that in the world that where people invented something that didn't need to happen, like sporks. Why do we need sporks? We have spoons, we have forks. Why do we need one that's both? Like that ruins everything about table setting. Like okay, you have the fork on one side, when you need it. No, you don't. You just have the spork. And this is what I call the spork problem. Which side of the plate do you put the spork on? I don't know. You put it on the fork side. Okay, you can put it on the fork side. You put it on the spoon side though. I don't know. Which side do you put the spork on? Either argument is valid. That freaks me out, and like it ruins a proud tradition of our forefathers. The spork is a blasphemy of the American heritage, and why would you come up with that? It's not as bad as the piggy bank though. That's just weird. That's like those toe shoes. You know, like the shoes that have toes in them. I thought we made shoes so we didn't walk in our toes. You know, like is that kind of backwards? But I think ultimately the epitome of this is just piggy banks, because like that's so random. Like you could have done any other animal. You could have done like a turtle, because turtles are slow and it looks like they have a box. Like of course you would have money in a box. That it's kind of a bad pun, maybe. But a pig? Like are you just saying we're fat? Like I don't understand. If someone knows what that means, please tell me. Why piggies? Why piggy banks? But anyway, Vegas. We're at Vegas. I waste money. Arcade machines are fun. Slot machines are not. Because you can put, you know, once again, you empty half your piggy bank into the arcade machine, you get to play a game. It's fun. Maybe you die in like 2 seconds, but still, you feel something. You're like, oh, I did something. I got a score. Slot machine is like, this is how much money you just lost. I'm like, oh, that's not very fun. And I still lost a lot of money because I kept thinking, maybe I'm doing it wrong. You know, maybe I'm not gambling right. I'm trying, you know, looking over, trying to watch what the other guy's doing. What are you doing over there? Like, but he's just pulling the lever going, yeah, I'm losing money. I'm like, this place is lame, guys. But we find a tamale place because that dare is still there. You can't leave a dare. Okay, there's a certain amount of time where you can leave a dare hanging, and it's like you're being cool. You know, like if someone invites you to their party and you don't immediately say you're going because you don't want to look needy. You don't want to look like a man who has an empty schedule, which we all are. We all pretty much have empty schedules. Anyone who goes to a party has an empty schedule because they have time to put a party on it. Like who has time for that except people who go to parties? Anyway, so. But anyway, so like you go to a party and like okay, dares, that's what I was talking about. Dares. You can leave it there hanging for a certain amount of time and it will look cool. You know, like you're the kind of guys who wear sunglasses, that kind of cool. Like, yeah, I'll get back to you on that. And they kind of hold themselves like this. Like they're gonna try and hum along to a WAP song that isn't there. You know, they're a little weird, but you know they're cool. They have to be cool because they have big muscles. So obviously they're cool because they're taller than you. So yeah, oh yeah, you're definitely cool. Yeah, you're cool. So anyway, but then if you leave it there hanging too long, it's an embarrassment. Like, oh yeah, well I dared you to do this and you never did it. And then if you do like, okay, I'll do it right here, right now. They're like, no, it's been too long. Isn't that annoying where people do that? Like it's evil. Like no. Like they're. What is the meaning of that? Like they're letting you off, but doing it in a way that doesn't let you off. That's twisted. Who came up with that? Like no. Like I'm a child or something. Like oh, I'm gonna put my hand in the oven. No. I'll do the dare right here, right now. I'll prove I'm a man. No. Where'd that come from? Like what's the I don't that hurts. Like I don't like that, and I can't figure out why. Like it's kind of like a snake inside you. Ooh, why is that? Like why it feels wrong. Why are you being condescending and at the same time forgiving? Like it's like forgiveness is a weapon. Like that's just wrong. Like stop. I mean I'm a bad person. Let's be honest. I'm not very moralistic. I mean okay, I'm not a bad person. That's exaggeration. That's me trying to pretend I'm humble. I'm a pretty great guy, but I'm not perfect. But I'm not that evil. I don't go no. I don't do that. But anyway, so you can't do it there right here right now. So there's like a time limit. Dares have a shelf life. You know, I learned this from food actually. That food has a shelf life. You know, expiration date. Dares have an expiration date. You get past that expiration date, you can't get out of it with you can't save your face. Which is a weird expression. Like, why would you lose your face? Like, of all the parts of your body you're going to lose, I think the face is not going to be it. I don't know about like, okay, you lose a hand, that sucks, but okay, like I can see that. You know, horrible machine accident, your face. Like, how did you survive, man? Like, I gotta save my face. Like, is it in danger? How does that work? And if you went up to me and say your face is in danger, like maybe you're scared I'm gonna punch you. I mean, I don't know if you see my fists, but they're not really punching fists. I just don't get it. But anyway, to save face, quote unquote, there's an expiration date, so you have to do there. So we're scrounging around for tamale place. And Stan's like, oh, I know a place. Because Stan is the kind of guy who always knows a place. I don't know how he does it. You can't Google this stuff. You can. But you can't Google this stuff for every, you can't know. We didn't know a week ago we were going to Vegas. We didn't know, a day ago we were going to Vegas. There's no way Stan could have done any research. He didn't pull out his phone. He had his phone. He didn't pull it out. I watched him. And he didn't pull it out, but he knew a place. And I don't think he'd ever been to Vegas before. Because when people go to Vegas, they always take that annoying photo outside of some building. And there's always those little rope, divider fences things. I don't know, the movie theater things. And they're always outside of some gambling hall, and oh, they wasted a lot of money. And they're always there with, a significant other or a weird friend you've never met before. And they're smiling, and there's at least one person you don't know. And they're like, I'm at Vegas partying, which is... Why would you post that? Because I'm partying and you're not. It's like my neighbor with his pool. I have a great pool. We're having a pool party and you don't have a pool. They don't say it, but they mean it. It's mean. It's just mean. You shouldn't post about how you're going to Vegas. I mean, I did. Okay? But I'm not a monster. I said I was getting tickets for Vegas. Okay, and I posted some selfies, but not the way most people do. Most people, they post a selfie, it's just weird. Internet culture is messed up. It's complicated, it's confusing, it's weird, but they're wrong and I'm right. That's the important thing to take away from this. So, we find a tamale place, and the dare goes on, and it's time, and we walk in, and we want 50 tamales. And they kind of give you the look. It's a weird look that restaurant owners have. It's a mixture of, you are a freak, and I'm going to make so much money tonight. It's a weird look. It's judgment mixed with joy, which I don't think you can get that anywhere else in the world. I can't think of another scenario where anyone is going to give you that look oh, you're a person I do not want to associate with, but I'm going to make so much money off you tonight. Oh my gosh. So we get 50 tamales. But of course they can't bring them out all at the same time. Because that's the thing with restaurants. It's not instant gratification, which is why we eat at home at all, right? If we eat at home, not because it's cheaper, because it's faster. It's faster. A TV dinner is 5 seconds. And there's fast food, sure. But you still have to go in there. You still have to wait in line. No matter how fast the wine is, it's still a wine. And if you're waiting in wine, then it feels like a wait. It could take less than a second, and you'd be like, oh, that wine was awful. Because I waited in wine, someone else got the food first. It ruins it. That's not instant gratification. If you're going to a website and you get instant gratification, it never says this many people got to the website first. That would hurt. You're like, man, I'm late. Dang it. And nobody, but you get that at a restaurant. And everyone else in the room always gets their food first. I don't know why. You could get their first customer of the day, you wouldn't get the food first. The old guy would come in and get the food first, and that weird noisy family with 80 million people would come in a half an hour after you, and they'd get served first, and no one knows why. It's a weird fact of life. It's just not fair. But that's why restaurants are. So that's why we eat at home. Instant gratification. But restaurants, they don't bring out all the 50 tamales. They start with 5 tamales. I done 5 tamales. I could do that in my sleep, and I have. I have eaten tamales in my sleep. I don't recommend it, but some people are sleepwalkers. I'm a sleep eater. As I said, I've eaten 3 times a day, every day of my life. I'm a committed eater. I have so much eating experience. It's insane. And because of this, I eat a lot, and I eat subconsciously. And if I'm hungry, I'll just kind of start chewing. You want to eat something. It's not a matter for me. It's not a matter of finding something to eat. It's not a matter of I need to eat something. It's a matter of finding something to put in my mouth so it can actually be eating and not just chewing. It's like that. It's that kind of a thing. It's not, oh, I need to eat. It's I need to find something to eat. I need to find something to put in my mouth so I'm actually eating. And it just doesn't look weird. So 5 tamales I've eaten in my sleep. It was easy. Another 5 tamales. Okay, that's okay. Another 5 tamales, but then another 5 tamales, and then you start to get. Well, by the time you get to 5 tamales, well, you start to get a little gassy, first of all. And second of all the, that noise, all the highs of the Pep'e waves start, there's so many highs, there's no lows anymore, so it's just, like that. And you can see why no one wanted to attend my audio lecture. In retrospect, I probably just should have done a visual demonstration, but like, you have to use PowerPoint, and that's like, PowerPoint's so old that you don't want to use it. You feel like you're 80 using PowerPoint, like, wow, this is ancient. But everyone still uses it, you know, no one else, no one does, no one uses anything besides PowerPoint, but PowerPoint's so old, it's like, oh yeah, I wrote my document in Microsoft Word. I'm like, wow, you're old. You know, like, it feels so outdated, and yet everyone uses it. So, once again, I'm getting distracted. So I ate all these tamales, and then they bring out another 5 tamales, and then restaurants have a little bit of a sense of humor. When you don't want food, it shows up. So like, if you're throwing up on your table, the waiter comes out, here's your food, you know. If you just wet yourself, the waiter comes to take your order. You know, it's just, irony is just the most powerful force in the universe, and even more so at restaurants. So like you know, if you are going to get the jitters, it's going to be when you're holding up your cup for the waiter. You know, it's just bad timing. It's just, I think all the bad timing in the world lives at restaurants, and then occasionally goes out to plague people. But restaurants is where it lives. So that's why the big party always gets in there in front of you, and if they get there after you, they get served first. It's just bad timing. But anyway, so since this is building up, they have a cool sense of humor. So all these tamales are they're coming up fast. Like the first 20, it took me quite a while. It took like 15 minutes to get them all. But all of a sudden, bam, 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 tamales, tamales, tamales. And I'm like, oh my gosh! And I'm eating all these tamales, and okay, you may be getting stressed out at this point. I don't want to keep you in suspense. I eat all the tamales by the end of the story, but just a little disclaimer because it gets intense. So I'm eating all these tamales, and they're bringing them in, and there's so many tamales, you don't know what to do. And then they bring it. So then there's like this heap of tamales. Now my friends are laughing because I don't know why, but my friends think everything is funny. Have you experienced that where you have the friends that think everything is funny, and not just the friends that laugh at every single one of your jokes? It's the friends that like you fall down and they think it's funny. You know, like that's not a joke. Like why is that funny? Like, I don't see the humor, you know? Like, I don't get the joke. And then they just laugh more. If you say, I don't get it, that is the best joke in the world, I'm telling you. I honestly think you could get a comedian, go up on stage and just say, I don't get it. Like, you could just say that, like, 30 times, and they'll even get a standing ovation, because people think that is so funny. Like you walk into a room and everyone goes, and then you go, I don't get it, and everyone goes, like, they just laugh like crazy. I'm not good at fake laughing. Like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of evil laughter. Like, in retrospect, it's just a little bit evil. But, like, it's like people think I don't get it is the funniest joke. I don't understand. I don't get it. And you just laugh at that because I said that. Anyway, so I'm eating all these tamales, my friends are laughing, and my mouth just, like, kind of spontaneously combusts. Because these are hot tamales. These are spicy tamales. They got, you know, like the stand I was talking about from the experimental weapons zone that they put in the tamales. They got the actual warheads from these experimental weapons, and they ground them up and put them in the tamales. This isn't just a sand, this isn't just a fallout, these are the weapons. These are the real deal. It's Vegas tamales, and they will kill you. And so, I get to about 45, and I'm starting to black out a little bit. And there's 5 more tamales. And so, I go, and then if you try to eat, there's a strategy when eating. When you really need to finish, you try to eat everything in one bite. And the trouble is that actually is worse because then it falls out of your mouth, and then you have like more bites you would have had because it's all over the place, and you're still trying to like eat it up because it was gonna be one bite, and you're just embarrassed now, and it gets all over you, and it's just this mess, and you choke, and you throw up a little, and you eat it again, and finally I finished the tamales. I ate all 50 tamales, and I look at my friends and I say, you suck, and then I laugh, and then that's the story. And that's the story of how I went to Vegas and ate 50 tamales. And we didn't get back for about a month because they stole Chester's car. Because Vegas, you didn't know this, but it's very crime-ridden. Like, people steal the escalators off the sidewalks and stuff, and they stole his car. And I don't know why you steal Chester's car. Like, okay, you got a Prius, you got a sedan, you got a lemon, you've got like a hippie. It's a hippie van that's not even a hippie van. Like, it wanted to be a hippie van, but it just wasn't a hippie van. It was like, you know, a day wait, $1 short. Like, I got 5 years wait and like, you know, $200,000 short. It's just a garbage vehicle. They steal it. Like, wow, why? And like Chester's all upset, like, dude, your car was awful. Why are you upset? It broke down like 20 times on the way here. And it's my baby's gone. Oh, my car, my baby car. And I'm like, Chester, it was like the worst car ever. It looked horrible. It looked like a turd on wheels. And he's just so upset. And he's like calling the police. They stole my. I'm like, that's a car you should be happy they stole, man. So it took us about a month to get home because Stan knew a guy who could take us home, and the guy didn't show because if you know a guy, he never shows, and I don't know why. Like, you know a guy and you're proud of it, but nonetheless, he never shows. And just the whole thing, it took us like a month to get home. And by the time I got home, of course, I was still evicted. They'd towed my moving truck of stuff. And by that time, it had been like, I don't know what, it went to the magic limbo zone that all the towed cars go through if we don't redeem them in time. I don't know where that is, but it was gone. So I don't know where they take the cars. Because they say if you don't pick it up within a certain amount of time, it's gone. And like, do they blow it up? Do they send it out to like, you know, like a war zone and like boom or something? Like, do they give it to like a car charity? Do they just throw it in the garbage? Like, how do you even throw away a car? I mean, it's big. Like, how do you even do that? Garbage cans are little. Do you make like you make a dumpster? Like, how do you get a car in a dumpster? I don't know. But so I get a moving truck and new stuff to put in it so I can move home to my mother's house. It was just a huge disaster. So, personally, I resolved to never go to Vegas and eat 50 tamales again because the whole thing just wasn't worth it. But it was an experience. And every experience adds to your life, and that's vague enough to be, like, explorational. Should I stop the camera? How do I do this? Okay, how do I stop it? Is it this button? Oh! No? It's paused. I don't unpause it. What is going on? We no longer recording. I don't... Oh, this button.